How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Liberty Hour, streaming through Spreaker Studio, the 16 Jackson AJ1 Twitter account, and the A2 Jack YouTube channel. I'm back with my friend Erik, and he was just telling me a story from his former high school he actually used to be at of some crazy stuff that happened over there about riots and stuff like that. So I'll go ahead and let you continue with your story, but before you do, what high school was this at by any chance?
This was Florin High School. It has in my opinion, it has a pretty good. Nah, it's shit. It's fucking high school. I'm not gonna lie. It has a bad reputation, bro. I ain't even gonna lie about that.
So, anyways, go ahead and continue with the story. You were telling me about there's been riots and stuff. Go ahead and continue with that.
But yeah, well, while I was over here, my cousin told me, he's like, yeah, there was this fight, and it was in the cafeteria, and I guess the principal he wanted to jump in the middle, he wanted to stop it. But one of the guys, he turns on him, grabs him, body slams him to the ground, and then just continues fighting, dude.
Oh.
And it was crazy, dude. All you see the next day, the principal came back with a neck brace. And I think it was a
Wait,
fractured
it was the
leg,
principal that he body
it was
slammed?
The principal. Yeah, he picked him up and
oh my
body
God.
slammed him.
What
it was
the fuck?
crazy.
Do you know
That's
how
what
that
I'm saying.
happened, or what got them to that point?
It's just sack nigga shit, dude. I'm not gonna lie. You look at someone the wrong way, you got beef with someone, they'll just throw hands. It don't even matter where they're at. It's crazy.
What I was going to ask you is, anytime you were in school or in high school or whenever, did you ever get into any fights or anything like that, or any things like that ever happen?
Well, with me, it was kind of before I moved here. There was one time. So it was me and a group of friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were just all in the quad. It was like, damn, we're Mexican, so we took up half the quad, dude. I'm not saying that we're big. I'm saying we just had a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
And there was this group of kids, they weren't kids. They were I don't know, a year, a class above us. So they were upper class. And then they would throw food at us, the baby carrots. It started with baby carrots, and then it just started going up from there. And then one day, this guy, he gets the brilliant ass idea of throwing a fucking apple to our group of friends.
Was he basically doing that to try to say you guys were fat or something like that?
It's just some fucking childish shit,
Yeah.
just people being childish. So he just grabs it and he chucks it and it hits my friend, and then it hits me in my face. It just straight up, boom, just right on my right cheek. And I was just like, oh shit. I wasn't expecting that. And my friend, he kind of looked at me and he saw I wasn't doing anything, because I don't know. I didn't really like to cause problems in high school. I like
Right.
to keep the peace. So he got up and then he was like, yo, which one of you niggas threw it? Blah, 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 blah. He just went off on them. He's like, let's go right now. Whoever threw it, let's go throw hands with me. I was like, oh shit. This guy, he really stuck his neck out for me this time. He was ready to take on 3 guys just because, they threw an apple over at our group, and it ended up just hitting me. So it was like, oh, it's crazy.
How old
Yeah.
were you guys at that time?
I think we were sophomores, so we were maybe, what age is that?
Maybe 15.
15?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah, 15.
I know you came to LHS your junior year. You said you were at Florin High School before that. Have you always been in California or around the area, or did you come from anywhere else before that?
I'm illegal, so no, I'm just kidding. No, well, I spent 8 months, which is nothing. I spent 8 months in Mexico, and then I was brought over after 8 months. I was a little baby when I was brought over. I basically grew up here, but if I wasn't gonna grow up here, it would have most likely been in Pennsylvania. But my dad decided to move out here to California. So that was pretty cool, I was like, oh, because I visit out there in Pennsylvania. It's hot as fuck, dude. It's humid. It's ugly, dude. It's just not the place to be. You come out here, it's pretty chill, pretty good weather, pretty good.
Until about a month from now, and then it's gonna be shit.
For real, dude. It's gonna be hot as shit. But honestly, I'd prefer this dry weather than humid, hot weather, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, at least in, what I'll say is at least in Pennsylvania you don't have to deal with the damn regulations and taxes. But
Oh, dude,
hey,
don't even get me
I'm glad you're
started.
here.
Those gas.
I'm glad you're here in California because I've gotten to know you and you're really cool. So thank you, Dad, for coming to California.
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
Well, transitioning out of that, I wanted to go ahead and talk about something that's I know is big to you, in terms of what you do in your free time. What's a big hobby of yours, and that is music. Obviously, I know you go to a lot of raves. I actually haven't been to one with you yet, but that's going to have to change sometime soon for sure.
Well,
And obviously, I know that you make your own music as well. Like I mentioned in the intro, Ricky makes his. And I want to just go ahead and ask you what you've been up to with music recently, and if there was any certain things that you had queued up, maybe you wanted to play.
well, so far I've been kind of bouncing between like trap music and EDM music. So it's just kind of been, back and forth. I'm like, oh, I got bored of trap, let's go to EDM. Or oh, I got bored of dubstep. So I'm just bouncing back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to queue up something, but my computer, I try to get it to work. As like, I don't know what happened. Like, it just deleted everything. So it's like a clean slate, basically, on my fucking computer.
Hey, that's
But
okay. Do you have a YouTube or anything that I'd be able to pull it up on, or does Ricky have like anything I'd be able to pull something up on? If not, it's all good. Oh, one sec,
yeah, let me
Eric. You cut out a
try
little
to
bit
see
there.
if I can.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, let's see here.
You said you were going
We
to try.
good? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? Eric, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You're back. All right, cool.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
All right, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. I'm sorry, I
Uh-oh.
didn't hear what you said about like if you had anything on YouTube at all. Did you have anything on YouTube that I could search? If not, it's all good.
We have a SoundCloud,
Oh,
me
okay.
and my buddy Rick. So
I can pull that.
I just let me see if I can find the name.
For sure.
So I know we changed it. We've changed it quite a few times.
I know I forget what he called it. He called it carrots and something like that. And you had like your own name. It was some sort of creative, like it was like vegetables or something like that. I forget exactly what it was. But yeah, we're going live.
I think it was Chowder and Carrots.
Chowder and Carrots. All right.
I think that's what it was.
All right, I'll search it up. Yeah, look at this. Perfect. I found something. All right. So I'm gonna put this up. This is on my computer. I'm gonna turn my microphone towards my speakers so that everybody can hear this. This is called "Come Back." This is your one called "Come Back." This is from about a year ago. This is Ricky and Chowder.
All right, for sure.
Cause the world can be nice. Cause the world can be nice. Cause the world can be nice. Cause the world can be nice.
Okay, so that was Come Back by my good friend DJ Ricky Karadix, and that was with Chowder. So, I've heard that one before, but it's been a while, and I remember that because that was one of the more favorite ones that I've actually liked. So, Erik, what part of that did you work on with Ricky? So, what is your basically part in that song, in that collab? Like, explain to me how you guys put that one together.
I think it was he started that project, and then he sent it to me. He was like, "Yo, like, see what you can do with this." So, because he kind of had it like he already had it laid out, but it was just like maybe like 30 seconds of it, and then he's like, "Oh, I need kicks, I need bass line, something like that." So I just kind of added in some smaller stuff, and then like at the end you hear the bells. I added the bells, and I can't remember. It was a while back. But like most of that, we kind of like split it up because he's more of the melody guy, and I'm more of a like, oh, the
Hard
kicks
style.
go here, the drums, yeah, like I'm the bass line guy, this and that. So we just like kind of split it up that way.
Right. I was actually just thinking on the, with Ricky, because Ricky's been my best friend ever since 7th grade. I know, like I mentioned earlier, you came to LHS in junior year, and he got to know you pretty well. How did you guys initially meet and get to know each other? Essentially, you and Ricky.
Oh God, oh this guy, dude. Let me tell you, it's a crazy story. No, we were in Avid, and it all started with LaCroop. I ain't gonna lie, LaCroop brought us together, and because he kind of started talking to me, because I was new, like I didn't really talk to anybody. I was talking to LaCroop, and then eventually Juan started talking to me a little bit. He was like, "Hey, yo, bro," we were in class, we were just sitting down. He's like, "Hey, yo, bro, Xbox?" Oh, he said, "Add me on Xbox." I was like, "Oh, bro, I don't have an Xbox. I play on PlayStation." I was like, "Oh," and then I just kind of started talking to them. But this guy Rick, like I don't know, he had his back towards me, dude. Like this guy didn't even give a shit about me, like at the beginning. I was like, what the fuck? Like that's some fucked up shit. But I was talking to Juan, Daniel, and then this guy is just like minding his own business, And then I was like, oh, dude, because I think Daniel's like, oh, what kind of games do you play? And I was like, oh, I play. I just started listing it off, and then he just turns around. He's like, oh, no way, bro. I do too. Blah blah blah. So like, I just somehow like just got his attention,
Over
and then we
games.
just over games, and then we just hit it off from there.
When did you guys start? When did you start noticing that you both were into making EDM music?
I think it was like midway through the semester. We were just kind of talking about it. He was like, "Yo, how hard would it be to make music?" And I was like, "You know what? Honestly, it's not that hard. It's kind of just like it's a simple rhythm, just back and forth, just with minor touches here and there, just so it doesn't sound repetitive. But other than that, I think it's simple." And he's like, "Yeah, you think so?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Fuck it, let's make music, bro." Or one of us said it. We're like, "Yo!" So we just hopped on board. We're like, "Yo, we're making music. Let's go." So we got everything. We got the FL Studio. So we started working with that.
And that's going to be the end of part 2. We'll be right back with part 3, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.